place. What are your expectations for this match? I'd say these two teams are. I mean, I don't want to bash on them, but they are one of the lowly rated. I think the ones because the favorite of the tournament is like China, I think, and Norway.
Yeah,
Maybe
and Norway.
Brazil, and I would say Argentina
Yeah,
and France are pretty much equal. I think Argentina might be a bit stronger. Uh,
yeah. I'd say yeah, probably possibly Argentina for this one, but
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see because there can be many unexpected things with these new civilizations. Because I think we saw it before already, where some players haven't actually looked into the new civilizations
yeah,
much, and they've not been able to play them as well as they probably could have done if they'd have done their research beforehand.
yeah, exactly. So looking into the civilizations and knowing how to play them does
Yeah, precisely. Yeah,
makes a lot of difference.
yeah. But we're spectating Milo anyway. I'm happy about that. I
Yeah,
quite like Milo.
yeah, exactly.
And okay, so who have we actually got? We've got allies as Indians, and then we're against Huns and Magyars.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
Huns and
see.
Magyars are a pretty interesting combination actually, because they're both, well, in my opinion, well, they are well, not heavy cavalry. They're both cavalry civilizations,
Mhm.
but I think Magyars could probably get off a pretty quick start as well. I can't remember what their bonuses are, but I think they have quite a nice feudal.
Yeah, it has been discussed in the OFU's forums as well that Magyars are a bit like Huns at the moment, like Huns with walls basically.
Yeah,
That they are like a fast raiding unit, and that they still
yeah.
require some changes to make them more to distinguish them from Huns at the moment. So
Yeah,
on
I
the
think
other
they'd
hand,
make quite a good rush civ. I think feudal age rushing could be quite good with Magyars because their villagers have extra attack against wolves, which would make them very good for sending villagers forwards if they wanted to make a forward. Obviously, buildings cost less wood, which
yeah,
is great as well. If you want to make obviously more units, you can make two archery ranges for cheaper, and obviously all your houses and that cost less as well. So you've got more resource to spend on military early game and their scout cavalries are cheaper as well. So Magyars could be a really good scout rush civilization.
yeah, absolutely. Also in this map there are no wolves, I think, in this particular map, but on other.
Ah, right.
Yeah, because I think I will add them later, but it wasn't a priority really, and as it's just testing, we haven't added them yet. But I will add them probably in the
Okay.
final version. Just need to
All
figure
right.
out where exactly. Anyway,
This is Valley, so if I remember correctly,
yeah,
Valley is the map where you have like this river in the middle. This is obviously Summer Valley, um,
yeah,
and with lots of hunt. So we could see the players going for hunting dogs.
yeah,
This is the kind of map where it would be useful.
yeah, definitely. In the match between China and Norway, we saw that players, especially the Chinese, because Chinese are they play very aggressively as opposed to,
Yes.
I don't know, for example, England or Germany. Because like the UK and Germany, those are mostly Imperial players or players who like to, basically who mostly shine in the Imperial. So they try to take the
Yeah.
game there and rather wall it in Feudal and Castle. UK tried to sling in the last match. Anyway,
Yeah.
as opposed to that, the Chinese really like to drush and go aggressively. So we saw some nice some nice tries to get to the river and get control of this area by the time they hit Feudal. So I hope you will see something like that here as well. Now we can
Yeah,
see Milo
the
actually going for the
center
game.
area is very important, isn't it? Because as far as I can see, there are no boar. I
Yeah,
don't know if there are boar on this map
no.
around the town center. No, they're not. So taking the deer in the middle are really important. And so obviously, if you were to drush, you could actually get some nice kills on villagers that are quite far from the town center, as you can see over here.
Yeah, absolutely. We see that, yeah, players mostly, as the absence of boars is quite significant there, they mostly go for the middle and they build sometimes one or sometimes even two mills and also use the shorefish. Because
Yeah,
when you build a mill next to the shorefish and use that with villagers, it's actually one of the most effective sources of food,
yeah, it
at
is.
least
Yeah,
in Dark and
yeah.
Feudal.
I think you know where he's collecting. Yeah, there we go. Look, the mill right
Yeah.
there next to the shorefish as well. So Milo off to a nice start, really. And as you can see as well, he's just getting hunting dogs now. So he didn't hang around waiting for that, and that
Yeah.
should really help him out. Actually, I'm interested to see if he actually manages to up any faster with them.
Yeah, one interesting thing. Now we can see him being idle for a few seconds. That's actually when you get deers. The fact is that it takes a lot of time before they actually get it to the mill. You know, they get the food and
Yeah.
like after 30 or 40 units or whatever it is, only then do they actually go to the mill. So this creates a little bit of a gap in which you don't have any food stored and you cannot make a
Yeah.
villager. So players need to be careful about that and just garrison villagers in time to not get this kind of gap.
Yeah, keeping an eye on it just to make sure you don't have any idle town center. That's really important.
Yeah, it looks like he's against VM Hans, and he's now maybe going
Yeah.
to. Oh, he saw that in time.
Yeah, so if he's against VM, that means he's against Huns then.
Yeah,
And I'm not really sure how this is going to go. We'll have to see. But we're not really going to see so much of the new civilizations on our side then, really. But hopefully, he did cartography, and we can
yeah.
find out exactly what the others are doing as well.
Yeah, I think that Milo is going to have to go aggressively since as long as he wants to keep control of this area, because we can see that VM already knows that. I don't know. I'm not actually sure if VM knew about this area in the first place, because it seems that he's quite close to it, but he didn't venture forth,
Yeah.
and he can
He's not
see.
actually put a mill down that I can see,
Yeah,
and through the fog of war, I can't see anything either.
exactly, exactly.
So yeah, there we go. This is what I was saying at the start of the game about map and civilization knowledge. It's always worth doing your research.
Yeah, exactly. I think this might even cost them dearly not to have done this research, because now Milo, if we take into consideration that VM hasn't got any hunt, any deers, and he's just relying on farms, and basically his economy is
His
so much,
berries, yeah.
yeah, so much more behind. And if Milo goes aggressively and does some kind of scout rush or basically archers or something like that, he will probably
Yeah.
up faster, have a stronger economy then, and
Yeah, of
because
course, one thing to remember about the Byzantines is that they do get cheaper skirmishers and obviously pikemen halberdiers, but it's not unusual to see Byzantines mass up of quite a few skirmishers as well, just to obviously put some pressure on really quickly.
yeah.
I think we saw that in the round two game between Germany and Norway. I think it was Bender who was just making mass skirmishes. He just went trash the whole game as
Yeah,
Byzantines. But I don't really know so much about Milos or FedEx's or VM's or BZH's play style, to be honest.
yeah. Now we can see that VM is actually on gold. He's sending two villagers on gold, which can mean various things, but according to... Yeah, he's got farms in gold. He could be either trying to wall it and going for fast castle, which is a very risky move if Milo actually tries to play aggressively. Or he could be
Yeah.
trying some archers, in which case he's going to have a weaker economy anyway, because I think Milo is just going to have much more food. He's going to be able to uh, manage his economy much better and be in castle faster. So
Of course, yeah. I mean, at this rate, he will be able to reach Castle in quite a nice time if he decides to do that. And of course, he could do that very well, quite easily, if VM is actually going to turtle up and go Castle himself.
yeah,
So obviously, here is where scouting is going to be incredibly important for Milo to find out exactly what VM is planning to do. But as you say, he may just do that and wall himself in, which could be risky depending on what Milo decides to do.
yeah,
But as you can see, he's already started making these walls over here now.
yeah. Milo is now walling slightly just to close himself down a little bit, and now he's upping. Now he's in feudal, and there's an archery, so he's going aggressively.
He's
And
currently sending villagers to wood as well, so it looks like he's going to make some skirmishes here. He's got quite a lot of
yeah.
food available to him. He's still got more hunt at the front as well if he decides to take it, and we've gone out, I think.
Oh, we have out of sync.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this looks like somebody hasn't updated their version.
That says VM, so
Yeah.
we should be able to restore though, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should be able to, but he needs to update his version.
Yes.
If there's something wrong with his version, that is. We're sorry for the interruption. We're going to check what is wrong, and we'll be right back.
Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. Is the stream... Sorry about that. Is the stream okay, everyone? If anyone's got any problems, I'm looking at the chat now. The picture on the stream right now, it's if you look on the stream info, it tells you it's town center picture made by Jonas Jensen. And there's a link there as well. I almost cut my toe off earlier, you know. We've already started, but we had an out of sync error. It's obviously Argentina versus France, as you can see in the top right, and the players are for Argentina, Milo and FedEx, and for France, it's BZH and VM.
Okay, Cision is currently handling the problem. Just trying to resolve and see what's wrong. And apparently, once we solve this problem, we should be able to restore the game, so no progress should be lost. Also quite surprising that we're Zaki there.
Yes?
Yeah, we were saying that VM didn't go for the middle and that he's going to be quite disadvantaged there. He actually said he had a great start. After they dropped, he was like, "Oh no, I had such a great start." So
Perhaps you did then,
yeah,
but I thought his score would be higher because of his farms.
yeah, maybe he's got something up his sleeve. So we'll see once we.
Maybe there's a secret boar patch at the back or something. Who knows?
Not as far as I know.
Oops. I just closed the stream by accident.
Yeah, more importantly, I didn't. So.
Any problems, or are we about ready?
Still waiting for final word from. Yeah, Cision's now trying to find the problem. I'm not sure.
Okay. See, I've never understood what exactly makes it go out of sync.
As for our thing, yeah, this they have found the problem a few days ago, and Cision and others, they apparently resolved it. So this is probably because somebody had a different version, not probably because it would be a problem or it would be caused by something in the installer.
Right. Okay. Fair
At least
enough.
I hope so. I don't know. I don't know the technical aspects of it. I don't know exactly what the problem was, but apparently it's been resolved.
When did China and Norway play, by the way? Was it yesterday? Because I may have missed that.
I'm not sure. It was Sunday or
Because
Saturday or Sunday, I think,
oh,
or Monday.
when I
I'm
I
not
was
sure.
there and we had a problem with VG Paladin or something.
Yeah, that was
Is that the
different.
continuation of it?
Yeah, that was a continuation. It's currently it's
Oh.
1-1.
Okay. There's too much going on. I can't keep up with it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Milo is going to restore.
Okay. Let's hope it works.
Yeah.
Oh, this chat's funny. Ah, what just happened there?
Not sure.
Why is it loaded?
Sorry, what?
Why has it loaded the game up?
I don't know. I think somebody did something wrong. It shouldn't load the
Maybe.
game, actually. It should load.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. It started at the single player menu and put
Yeah,
it on
me
the
too,
LAN
me too.
settings.
I need to. Hold on. Yeah, okay, we're back.
Click join again, and it's took me back to the single player menu.
Yeah, you need to go to LAN.
LAN?
Yeah, when it launches the game, you need to go to LAN. And
Oh, okay.
then there's restoring. You click on
Oh, I got it, yeah.
searching for games.
I thought I had to click on Game Ranger. Okay.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I've never used Game Ranger before, so I don't really know how it works.
You mean the Game Ranger restore?
Yeah. Okay, I think we're about ready to continue.
Yeah, seems like it.
The location says Atlantic now.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. Will it work? Yeah, we're back. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, now we just...
Yeah, we were saying about Milo going to go aggressive here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going
oh, wait.
skirmishers.
Hang on, hang on. It says we're spectating FedEx now.
Oh yeah, I see that.
But I'm sure it's Milo playing anyway. This is what happens when you restore, clearly.
Yeah, players just got randomly switched. And VM now said his
Yeah, but-
barracks got deleted. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Right, so yeah, FedEx, well, Milo even, making skirmishes, kind of predicted that. And he might be able to do a bit of damage with these, but skirmishes really don't kill off villagers very easily at all until you get fletching. They do so little damage, and VM isn't even gathering over here, so... Oh yes, he is now. He's running away though. But yeah, you need a lot of skirmishes to pick off villagers, but they are kind of good because they do have good pierce armor, which just make them easy to sort of get in there. And even if your opponent walls, you can kind of just bypass the walls and take some arrow fire from the town center to get where you want to get to. But he has been pop blocked for quite a while. He needs to get some more houses up.
Okay, he's getting up the tower over here. VM, I mean. And look how many farms he's got. It's obviously he was short on
Yes,
food in
that's...
Dark Age.
Yeah, that was exactly what was contributing to his score
Milo,
then.
it's a huge loss of wood, I'd say.
Oh, definitely. He's definitely further behind in economy than Milo at the moment. Milo has obviously had these deer the whole time. He's had shorefish as well, and he's only just got 2 farms, so he really does have a pretty good economy at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, as you can see, a lot of wood collectors, and he's probably going to move a few more to gold at the moment, and he may decide to make some archers. He needs to get some more houses, though.
Yeah, he's spamming those skirmishers and those spearmen so far that he's not
Yeah.
managing to make
And
houses in time. Now we can see some
quite a good strategy.
some fast walling from VM trying to wall him out, but Milo manages to get through just here, manages to get to this wood. In this case, it would be actually effective if VM tried to attack him with villagers, because
Yeah.
he doesn't have any upgrades from blacksmith. Yeah, and here he goes. So villagers should be absolutely able to beat this. I think he needs to take out the scout at first, and then go for the skirmishers and for the spearmen, because the scout is now doing damage. He managed to kill 2 villagers, I think.
Yeah. And Milo is just now getting his blacksmith as well. He's not really worrying about walling or anything. He's just building all over the map. But yeah, he's just getting his blacksmith up. So we will probably see fletching from him to go well with his skirmishers. And I'm interested to see whether he'll continue to put pressure on, or he will just upgrade, because he's actually slowed down his skirmisher production at the moment.
Yeah.
And VM into the Castle Age. That was quite a nice timing there.
So he was going for Council Age after all. He just
Yeah,
walled it a bit, and
yeah. Which wasn't so bad, but then again, you know, he didn't have the hunt, so I wasn't expecting that myself, and I doubt Milo was expecting that either. Obviously now he's got to be very careful, because VM will either get some cavalry archers, or judging by how many farms he's got, he'll probably get some knights out, which does mean that Milo will have a lot of exposed villages in the center of the map. At the moment he's not walled either, so he could be in a bit of a bad situation very shortly if he doesn't do something to protect his villagers in the middle.
Yeah, Felix is now saying something about knights coming, possibly.
I have no idea of Argentinian.
Yeah, anyway, I think if Milo had gone more aggressively with, for example, archers or scouts, and a bit earlier, he could have done more damage to VM, because VM was practically unable to defend himself, and he managed to fend off this attack only thanks to the fact that they were only skirmishers. If they had been archers and upgraded,
or if he had fletching a little bit earlier, perhaps. But I do think scouts would have probably been a better idea for him. As we've already said, he did have these deer at the front, so he did have more food available to him, which he could have used to make a few more scouts quite easily. I think he's going to start making some archers now, perhaps, or he's just going to go to the Castle Age. But he's got quite a lot of gold collectors, so...
Yeah, he could add a few archers.
But obviously VM now going to be starting to get some knights. There we go, 2 knights coming across in the center of the map. He's going to lose a couple of villagers there. Not anything he can do about that. He has started to make some spearmen now, and he's still taking the risk of having villagers out the front to gather these deer. But obviously spearmen really aren't so great against knights.
Yeah, basically knights can outrun them very easily, and he's not really walled, like you mentioned. These exposed areas over at the wood.
Yeah, his wood at the back here very easily attacked. It's quite a way to his town centre still, and I can hear more villagers dying. Of course, if VM just micros these knights, he'll be able to get quite a few kills on these villagers here, and he will be able to avoid the spearmen as well.
Yeah, I don't think VM is going to try to fight Milo's army. He's just going to try to hit and run, basically, and that's going to be very effective.
Yeah,
Even
and Milo actually managed to kill off these two knights over here at the cost of perhaps a couple of villagers over at his front mill. But he's going to continue to take the deer, which is kind of
yeah, which still gives him some kind of
persistent.
advantage there. Yeah, we can see that
Yeah,
VM
but of course, yeah,
okay.
come on.
Alright, I was saying that VM isn't going for the upgrades, it looks like. He doesn't have bloodlines, he doesn't have any armor upgrades. For the knights, he's just going to try hit and run, basically, and otherwise focus on his economy.
Yeah, at the moment his economy will definitely be a little bit further behind. That was a pretty fast castle time, and obviously he didn't have the deer either, so his economy is going to be in a worse situation. But if Milo can get up to the castle age pretty soon, I imagine he will aim to do that, then he may just be able to gain an advantage once he reaches the castle age. He just needs to hold him off for the time being.
Yeah.
And of course, spearmen being extremely cheap for him to make, he can actually just make quite a few spearmen, position them in the important areas, and keep VM away, basically. But yeah, if he gets a market, we hopefully will see that soon. We can actually see cartography and get an idea what everyone else is doing as well. But I'm quite surprised, really, that that Milo isn't actually using his skirmishers to go and attack with. He's just patrolling that one villager over there to keep it safe. He could actually go and send, what's that, 10 skirmishers there? He could kill off a couple of villagers.
I think he could lose that very easily because, yeah, he could just be caught off in over here in the wood or somewhere here, and just knights, 2-3 knights would be enough to split that army and slowly kill off the skirmishers one by one. Because once the skirmishers get split into individuals, they are very easily killed off by the knights.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's true. But he is going up to the castle edge now. He managed to kill off one knight at the back over here, so VM not able to actually do that much damage just yet. He's perhaps killed 1 or 2 villagers, but it's nothing really significant. Yeah, and Milo will reach the castle edge fairly soon. I want to see what he goes for. He may go for crossbowman.
Yeah, I think most damage here done here is that basically Milo had to he had to put up a tower over here, he had to wall, he had to invest a lot of resources into making spearmen, he had to chase him around the town, and all that simply adds to great losses in economy, I think.
Yeah, it does. Now he's got a little bit more of a problem because BZH is here with his knights, and they do have +1 defense, so he is going to have to put up a bit of a defense here.
Yeah, he tried to attack here a bit with skirmishers, but there is a town center now, so he missed that window of opportunity. And now I think these knights, with some micro, will be able to take these spearmen, and then...
Yeah, they were all fairly low on HP though coming into there, and he does now have Milo's camels to protect him a little bit. So yeah. I think he's actually going to be okay until he gets up to castle. Just... And where did his skirmisher... Oh, they're up there. I was wondering where all his skirmishers went. And there we go, Castle Age. There's a market. Do you want to click cartography? Or he might... Oh, there we go.
Oh, he did, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we get an idea what Milo is doing right now. He also took deer in the middle, and it seems like BZH took deer in the middle as well. But not really a lot of intense fighting over on their side, actually. And Milo's eco looking... okay, he's got a couple of town centres. Well, 3 town centres now, actually.
Yeah,
okay, so let's see what...
yeah, that's the civilization advantage now, that because Argentina basically has... both civilizations have camels. And now we can see that BZH and VM are basically making knights because they are Huns and Megars. So...
yes.
I think the longer this game lasts, the more and more advantaged Argentina is going to get.
Yeah, if we see Imperial camels in this game, if it does get to that stage, they will be able to do a lot of damage because the chances are Magyars, Huns, they'll get out a lot of heavy cavalry, and Imperial camels just rip through them basically. I'm interested to see what tech Milo is actually going for. He's making another 2 town centers right now, so it looks like he's just going to work on his eco a bit. I don't see crossbowmen being upgraded, but he has got pikemen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just going to focus on economy, it seems. Yeah, see, this is the point now. Now he's very close to losing all these skirmishers. Yeah, they just noticed, and if he can out micro these 2 pikemen, all these skirmishers are simply going to die. And we can see they walled actually quite a lot.
Yeah, which in the long run, if it goes to a long game, kind of pays off because they can easily make a team wall then and protect their trade behind it if it does get to that stage.
Yeah.
So walling isn't so bad if it does go to the long game, of course.
Yeah, they're going to try to attack together now with camels because VM has some mangonels in there. I'm surprised that Milo isn't actually upgrading these skirmishers. He's not investing any resources into any kind of attack. He's not making any kind of upgrades for the army. He's just
Yeah, he's only upgraded fletching and the first infantry armor, and sorry, forging as well. So his infantry has been upgraded twice, which is, I suppose, okay for going against knights. But I don't know what Milo's plan at this stage in time. I can't really say what he's gonna do. I've not really got an indication just yet.
Yeah, I think he's just going for Imperial at the moment. He's just yeah, the only thing he made here was these pikemen. They were mostly for defense, and as we can see,
Yeah.
VM is not really attacking either. Both VM and VZH are mostly sticking to their town, and they are mostly booming there. So it's not a very aggressive fight as we might have expected.
Yeah.
We can see there.
Not just yet, but BZH at the bottom of the map here is about to lose some villagers.
Yeah, a very
Some
vulnerable spot over
action.
here, unprotected. Yeah.
And they are going to get caught in there. That's 4 dead villagers for them. And in come some knights actually over on Milo's side and taking out a couple of camels there as well. And not Milo's side, FedEx's side even, Red's side. Maybe we should call them by colour.
Yeah, red and yellow. Yeah, let's do that. Basically, the nicknames swapped, but the players are still the same as they were. So yellow is actually Milo and red is FedEx.
A little bit confusing. But yeah, BZH with these knights here could do a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
I hear a monastery just going and a monk coming out,
Yeah,
so
over
he's
here.
going to go and pick up the relics, or at least explore the back of his base for the time being.
Yeah, this is a very unprotected spot over here at the wood in FedEx Red's base. Now we can
Yeah.
see BZH knights in there.
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of knights actually, and obviously Red is going to send over a few camels. His the only problem here is that his stables are really far forwards. He's got to send his camels all the way back into his base to
Yeah.
deal with the knights. He's sent them packing for the time being, but he maybe get another upgrade on those camels. As you can see, BZH +1 attack, +1 armor, and Milo only has +1 defense on his camels here, so maybe forging for him would be a good choice. Not Milo, Red.
Yeah. Then again, yeah, he has bloodlines, and they are camels after all. Now we can see
Yeah.
VM is making some cavalry archers.
Yeah.
Not so many for the time being, but it's a question whether he's going to mass them or just made a couple of them and is going to go Imperial soon.
Yeah. But he does have Bodkin arrow, and that many cavalry archers is enough to one-shot
Yeah.
one villager. So his immediate response to that is to throw up a siege workshop and make a mangonel. I'm sure we'll see that coming out very shortly, and should be able to send them away for the time being. Although he's not making the mangonel just yet, he's not getting enough wood, and more cavalry archers coming over from VM. So
Yeah, he's
Gonna have
going
a
to
tough time.
he's going to need Red's help basically here, because those camels would really work nice on them, especially if they had what is it called, husbandry, basically the boost
Yeah.
to their speed. Because if
Yeah.
is he going to fight cavalry archers with camels, he needs the husbandry to catch up with them, basically.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about his choice to upgrade to pikemen earlier on. He did go and upgrade pikemen. I think he should have upgraded the elite skirmishers because he's got up against Huns, and we all know that Huns are more than likely going to go for cavalry archers over knights. So perhaps the elite skirmisher upgrade would have been much better for him.
Yeah, I think in 1v1, Huns are much more likely to go cavalry archers than in team games. So I think he expected knights, and possibly that's why he upgraded to pikemen, so that he would be able to mass them fast in case he got raided by knights heavily.
Yeah, perhaps. But he is making a mangonel now, and
Yeah.
he should be able to defend for the time being. He has lost a few villages though, but he is also on the way up to the Imperial Age. So I have to see what he does when he gets Imperial. I still can't really see what he's upgrading or what he's actually researching for his Imperial army once he gets there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going for camels, because if he was planning, he'd already have done that by now. Because those camels would be great
Well, yeah.
for defense against
He doesn't
these
actually
cavalry
have a
archers.
stable, so he's definitely not going for camels just yet.
Yeah.
And he's making a castle, so he may go for cataphract,
Yeah,
actually.
that's a very risky position for the castle, I think.
Yeah.
He's going to try to repair the mangonel, but if VM sees that castle, he's going to send it all there. He's going to try to out-micro the mangonel, I think, and... Because... yeah,
this is going to be risky.
Yeah, Milo hasn't got any... or Yellow hasn't got any other army but that mangonel. He's making another one now, but...
Yeah, but he's managed to kill off a few cavalry archers, but he's going to lose a few more villages here. He could deny the castle from going up until that other mangonel comes out, that's for sure.
I think that castle should have gone up in a little bit different spot, somewhere inside the town where it could protect more, you know, where it could protect the gold, for example. Over here, it could protect the gold to the stone, the wood.
Yeah, it's not really protecting that much, is it? It's kind of just... Well, it's protecting his flank, but he could have just walled that instead.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean, but he is Imperial now. And making another mangonel as well.
Yeah, he's not making squires, so he's possibly going for some kind of infantry.
VM into the back of Red's base here. He's going to lose a lot of eco at this little back area here. Very probably unexpected there. And still as well being attacked from the front by BZH. Looking pretty good from VM and BZH here. He's going to get this castle up. And now we'll see whether he's going to go for some cataphracts. He's pretty low on food though, so perhaps not the best idea at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for halberdiers. Or some kind of other infantry. He upgraded his squires. And now he's upgrading elite skirmishers. Could he just be going for trash units?
Trash, yeah. It's okay. I would have gone maybe more skirmishers because we can already see that VM is going for cavalry archers here, and skirmishers would be so much better than halberdier. But obviously a mixture of the two a little bit later on would work out for the best anyway.
Yeah, halberdier.
And yes, he's upgrading halberdier now, and he's getting chainmail armor as well. Still not sure about that choice. Maybe he can see that VM has mainly cavalry archers. Perhaps if he went and upgraded his what are they called skirmishers rather than his infantry first. And we have a bit of a freeze.
I see that. Yeah. At least it's not us.
I don't think it's us.
Yeah, as we can see that Argentina is losing in score a little bit, mostly due to the heavy raiding by France.
Yeah.
And they mostly responded with passive defense
and it's Red's yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
Seba's just a spectator anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think VM has done a pretty good job with raiding so far. He's picked off quite a lot of villagers, which is good.
I see I'm lagging the game a bit, aren't I?
Are you? Says your ping is 97 to me, and there's
97,
no little turtle or anything.
1050.
Who to?
Yeah, 1050 to me, to everyone.
Really?
Not
Oh.
sure.
You're only 92 to me, so if
Yeah.
you were over 1,000, I think well, it's not really that bad. Well, it
Yeah,
is
are
bad,
you
but
checking
it's
the
not
chat in the...
unplayable.
Yeah, are you checking the chat in the stream if everything is okay, if everything is okay there, if it's not lagging in there or something? And
Okay, so Siba has gone, and yeah, VM still in the back of Red's base here.
Yeah, he tried
Red
to
just
fend him
reaching
off with
Imperial
Camel's
as well.
feet. He tried to stop
Kind
him.
of interesting. He tried to stop what?
Yeah,
Sorry?
he tried to stop him with camels, but he didn't have enough of them to. Basically,
No.
his numbers
Yeah.
were inferior. But now he's got upgrades. I mean, Red.
Yeah.
Red has got the defense
Yeah.
upgrade for camels, so now they'll be much more effective
Yeah.
against those cavalry archers.
But
He's
still,
gonna
those
bring them down.
cavalry archers are fully upgraded for the time being. So if VM does actually micro them, he could actually kill off most of the camels still.
Yeah.
So yeah, not so great. But another castle from Yellow on the side over here,
Yeah.
and spamming some halberdier, but they're just gonna get cut down by the cavalry archer. I think he's deciding to make some more skirmishes now. Capture rams coming in from VM as well.
Yeah.
So he's getting nice and aggressive, continuing to raid at the back as well. Really nice play from him.
Yeah, the camels are not just in superior strength. They have yeah, the full armor. I think
Yeah,
this
plus-
is the full
yeah.
armor.
Yeah, that's full. /5
Zero plus
melee
5,
and
0 plus 5, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Milo or Yellow, actually that's Felix, but Yellow has got to... or Yellow is actually Milo, right?
Yeah, Yellow is Milo.
It looks like the
Now.
nicknames have swapped now back.
They've swapped. Milo is Milo now. It's actually right now.
Yeah, it's correct now. Okay, so Milo is actually... Yeah, he
Kind
hasn't
of
got
weird.
much. He could use another blacksmith, because he needs to upgrade both skirmishers and halberdiers, and the upgrades are coming slowly.
Yeah, he's a little bit low on food at the moment though, and he should be able to stop these capture rams from doing anything. You know, he could have attacked them with his villagers as well. VM had nothing behind them to
Yeah.
protect them,
He's also...
and he's got
He's
yeah.
also barely... he needs ballistic at the moment, and chemistry, and thumb ring possibly. He's
Yeah.
really behind
Third
with upgrades
castle.
there.
Wow, third castle from Milo on the front as well. So, you know, he could easily go for Castlefract a little bit later on once
Yeah.
he's protected his farms a bit more. He's got a lot of gold already. And that could work out pretty well for him. We can see a siege tower from VM on the left over here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep an eye on that in a little bit to see if it's doing that much damage. But down to the bottom, you can see that FedEx, with his heavy camels, is actually sending BZH right back. Now they've got the +5 armor. They are going to be able to tear through those knights pretty easily indeed. And he should be able to push BZH right back down there. He's got a lot of heavy camels there as well.
Yeah, now he's making a castle over there next to the river to secure that area, and if
Yeah.
I think he has enough economy to upgrade to Imperial camels right away. So once we see
Yeah.
Imperial camels in the game, it can be a game decider there.
Yeah, and as you can see over at the top, we've got a bit of a bigger engagement between VM and Milo. Milo obviously just using trash, so he's not even losing any gold from this fight
Yeah.
whatsoever, and that is good for him. If it goes to the long game and you're saving gold, then it's all the better.
Yeah, his economy can sustain the trash units for the time being. He can make like all of
Yeah.
them, and he can just feed VM with them, and use the time to prepare something to push him back with.
Yeah, he just upgraded Bracer, and he's got all of the infantry upgrades that he available to him at the moment. In come the Imperial camels from FedEx, 2v Wallop here on to VM, and VM is the score leader out of BZH and himself, so it makes sense to kind of 2v1 VM for the time being. Really nice there with the Imperial camels. Cutting through the cavalry archers as well. Of course, they're not upgraded yet, and they have pretty much taken out the whole of VM's army, I think.
Yeah, now we can see BZH going halberdiers against those camels, and yeah, Felix is going to have to do something about that.
Yeah, I want to just point out as well, I think Cision is in the chat, but I'm pretty sure he said they were going to be nerfed in some way.
Yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
think at the moment the Imperial camel are a little bit too strong.
Yeah, the nerf is planned. It's just down to deciding what kind of nerf they need, whether they need an armor nerf, attack nerf, less hit points. There are many options because each unit has so many attributes that you can just nerf them in so many different ways. So
I don't think that FedEx should have continued the push though. I think he should have just broke through VM's army and headed back right down to where Teal is now attacking over at Red Space, because he needs to defend himself, and camels make very bad raiders, so him being inside of VM's base is not ideal.
Yeah. Then again, he pushed VM back a bit and allowed Milo to basically use that as an advantage. Here you can see it. I don't think he's going to be able to fend off all these halberdiers with just Imperial camels. I think he's going to go for... Yeah, he's now making archer ranges. I think he's going to go for hand cannoneers to defend against those halberdiers, and he's going to keep the Imperial camels against those cavaliers.
Yeah,
so
he's making a couple of mangonels as well, just to try and hold the halberdiers off for the time being. And he's just chasing down the cavalier with his Imperial camels. They should... I don't know how well they're going to be up against Cavalier at this stage, but I think they'll probably be able to deal with most of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Cavaliers absolutely down against Imperial camels at the moment.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm not sure... They're not fully upgraded either. They don't have the... They don't have full
you see a few
upgrade.
cataphracts from Milo now. He's helping his teammate out, obviously. And if he does upgrade the elite cataphracts plus trample damage, they will make short work of any infantry that BZH throws out there.
Yeah. Now we can see Milo is actually way ahead of VM in terms of economy. I think he pushed him back quite a bit, also thanks to FedEx help. And here we can see that Milo's sending these halberdiers forward and keeping BZH's halberdiers busy while the Imperial camels take care of them, basically. Yeah. So he's
over on Milo's. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. BZH is he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, not dead, but yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Basically.
One way you could say.
Milo absorbed all the fire and all the attack from the halberdiers, while so the Imperial camels didn't. They were able to take them down easily.
He's currently making a light cavalry up over at VM's base. You can see that VM is making a lot of elite skirmishers. Decided to make light cavalry there, and he could make halberdiers as well, of course, to counter the hussars. So I think Milo should still be able to hold on from VM, and he's going to push with FedEx down at the bottom here. That's a lot of Imperial camels right there, and they actually seem fairly easy to mass, I've got to say.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the cost is. Is it 55 or?
What's that? Sorry.
What's the cost of Imperial camels?
Oh, I can't remember. I'll check now for you. It's 55 and 55.
Yeah, so it's not that much if you consider that knights or paladins take 60, 75. It's
I'm not sure on the upgrade costs, but they should be cheaper as well.
Yeah. So once the upgrade is done, and we can see that FedEx still has some gold reserves there, so...
Yeah. The only problem is they do die incredibly quickly to things like castles and town centres that are garrisoned in. And Milo now actually making elite cataphracts. He's gone for the upgrade, and this could be a real problem for VM, because he's got so many skirmishers. They're just going to be made such short work of. Starting to get trade going as well. A lot of markets up to the north, and
now he's discovered a nice, very vulnerable spot over here in the back. If you see all on the left of the screen, and
that's a lot of dead villages.
It's pretty much. Yeah, it must be at least 30 villages now, completely unprotected. Not even a town center, not even a castle, nothing at all. I think that's quite a.
That's a very nice raid, actually. A very nice raid. As a town centre going up on the wood, but the damage is already done.
Yeah.
He is just... Look at that. Just so many dead bodies.
And even more
but of course,
villagers there.
Yeah,
It's just
but of
so
course
so
the
unprotected.
population limit's 50 now, so economies are going to be bigger, and economies are going to be harder to protect as well.
Yeah, it looks like VM was just retreating from his base, just leaving his base and trying to rebuild there, and FedEx just managed to catch him off before he even made a town center. So that's why
Yeah,
so many villagers were in the back there, and
really nicely done.
he just didn't expect that somebody would catch him in
Uh-huh.
that short window of opportunity. So that was partly lucky for Argentina, partly, yeah, we can say partly skill.
Definitely. Milo is just working on a bit of a team wall now to protect his trade. That's going to take quite a while with the slower but building walls. But once it's up, of course, he will be able to protect their trade a lot easier. And I actually think they should be able to protect their trade quite easily, actually. As you can see, Red
Yeah.
has already started to wall out down at the bottom as well.
Yeah, because now that they have managed to push VM back all the way into the corner here, this area is fairly safe, and now it's walled off. It's even better. And now we can see their trade line is up, and they already got 15 trade units from Milo, so their trade is more or
Yeah.
less well established and well protected.
Yeah, exactly. And at the moment, Milo just massing up, well, working on massing up these elite cataphracts. He still needs the final cavalry defense upgrade, but then I think he'll be pretty much fully upgraded.
Yeah, now we can see
FedEx
paladins.
continuing to push.
We can see paladins from VM now, paladins and skirmishers.
Yep.
So yeah, he's going to need Imperial camels, and they are coming from FedEx already.
Yeah,
So
they
Imperial
are,
camels have to
and they
do.
should be able to kill off all of those paladins right there. In
Yeah.
fact, well, he's outnumbering him, so he definitely will.
Yeah, basically he doesn't
And
have a counter in that army for against the Imperial camels, so the Imperial camels should be able to just slash through all of that. And
yeah.
I don't think he's going to save the castle because the trebuchets.
Oh,
He's making.
he's gonna
hoardings.
lose it, and he's gonna lose hoardings as well. He's not cancelled it. Is he gonna get it? Oh, he just lost
94%,
there.
yeah.
Lost hoardings, unfortunately. And VM actually saying GG at the
GG.
moment. I don't think BZH stands much of a chance down at the bottom here.
Yeah, basically they can't counter. VM can't counter this army. When you have a matchup between Huns and Indians, Indians are just so much more stronger in that.
Yeah,
Like if you have-
if you went for heavy cavalry archer as Magias, perhaps that would have been a better decision.
Yeah,
Oh,
possibly.
is that out of... What happened there?
Yeah,
Disconnection?
I think it's an out of thing, but that usually happens when people resign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that was
I don't know, the
Argentina's
over,
game.
So yeah, and here you can see if we look at the statistics. Hold on, I'm just going to switch the screen. Here we look at the statistics. We can see that units killed, units lost ratio is actually FedEx has got the best because he's got the Indians, so the Imperial
Yeah.
Camels damage is clearly showing over here. Then the economy is pretty much balanced for everyone. Yeah, Argentina's just starting out trade, already 15 trade cards, and trade profit is showing there. Technology statistics. Yeah. Here we can see actually feudal age, BZH 17 minutes. He went to feudal at 1708. It's quite late.
Yeah.
Also probably due to the lack of deers and boars.
Yeah,
Basically,
definitely.
he had to rely on farms if he was. I don't know what he was doing. Probably could have been drushing or something like that.
Yeah, perhaps. We can't really tell without the recorded game.